Let me try to get this. What the hell? I got a new mount. So let me try to get this motherfucker set up before I go in. Yeah, that's good. That's a good view. Make sure I got my GPS. Yeah, I got the GPS set up. Got the new mount. It's kind of weird. Look, I'm like looking down. I don't like that. Try to adjust this a little bit. But, I was just thinking of something. I kind of was thinking this when he got number 6, but you know, rings is rings is rings. Both of them had over 10 years in the league, in their respective leagues. Both of them had the opportunities, man. Brady surpassed Jordan, yo. I think the one thing that Jordan got over Brady, though, is that Jordan was the MVP, I think, 6 times of his respective championship. I think Brady did it 4 or 5 times, but that's 7 championships, man. That's 7 and not just the championships, man. To be in the league as long as he has, and I think he's only had like 1 season where he was hurt, and to still be playing at a high level, at the highest of levels, at age 43. Even Jordan wasn't playing at a tip-top level at the age of 40. Jordan averaged like a dub, you know? He had great games, he had flashes or whatever, but like Brady was still a top 5 quarterback at 3 years older than Mike. And then Mike retired like 3 different times. So Mike didn't even have as much wear and tear on his body as Tom Brady. Mike wasn't a top 5 player when he was 40, or top 10. No. Team didn't make the playoffs, man. Brady at over 40 years old, not only is he making the playoffs, but he's winning Super Bowls. And let's face it, he got more rings. Yes. First of all, Brady went to 10 titles, though. He went to 10. You know how fucking hard that shit is, especially in the NFL? And being a single solitary player. People be like just throwing shit around. Well, there's bench players that got a whole bunch of championships, blah, blah, blah. There's bench players that have been to a lot of championships. Yeah, but not 10. And the thing is, Tom Brady ain't no fucking, he was never a bench. The only time Tom Brady was a bench player is when he first came into the league, when he was unproven and Drew Bledsoe was the starting quarterback over Holmes. I'm not no Brady fan. I was never a New England fan. I just call shit like it is. I'm a 49ers fan, you know. Joe Montana was arguably the greatest of all time, but he only got 4 chips like Brady did what Joe Montana did, and then added 3 more on top of that, and then on top of that had 3 more opportunities to get even 3 more. It's like, what more this dude gotta do for y'all to just concede and be like, yo, that's the greatest motherfucker of all time? He can win 2 or 3 more championships and motherfuckers still making complaints. Oh, he cheated, Spygate, deflate the balls, blah, blah, blah. Michael Jordan cheated too. I forget who said the quote, but it was like, yo, if you ain't cheating, you ain't winning. Michael Jordan used to do grimy shit all the time, hooking, palming the ball, had the referees in his pocket, getting calls for him, being the face of the league. Both of those things average out, cancel each other out. Were there some questionable calls last night? Yes, a couple of them, but that didn't determine the outcome of the game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers were still, their running game was dicing the Chiefs like Swiss cheese, man. Swiss cheese. They should be called the Kansas City Cheese, not the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City just didn't want to. They ain't had no fight. Like 2 or 3 calls does not determine the game. Like Brady and they still gotta get touchdowns. These cats the Chiefs made a goal line stand. They stopped them. They proved that They proved at one point that they could stop them. Bad calls or not. Mahomes getting sacked, throwing picks and shit. I got nothing. Throwing a pick don't got nothing to do with the referee, unless it's like holding and like the referee doesn't call it. But I ain't seen nothing like that. But hey, man, we gotta concede, man. Brady is great. I thought Brady was the greatest of all time once he got 5 Super Bowls. But 7 is like, and on top of that, not only did he get a 7th ring, but he got a ring the very next year that he left his old team. That's impressive as shit. And not only did he get a ring, he was instrumental. He wasn't just like, or some Trent Dilfer or Terry Bradshaw, just kind of like game managing and just, no, this motherfucker's throwing bombs to Gronkowski, throwing passes to Antonio Brown. He was doing some good plays, man. He wasn't just handing the ball off. I think Fournette had like a 25, 30 yard rush for a touchdown, but that didn't determine the game. That kind of blew it open a little bit. That was like, I mean, to get beat on passes is one thing, right? But when you get beat on like a long ass run, man, that shit is demoralizing. It's like you can't even tackle, you can't even stop the slower play of the game. A running play is always gonna be slower than a passing play. And you can't even stop that shit. It's like a slow death. But we gotta concede and we gotta give it up to Tom Brady, man. Been in the league 20 years. Jordan was in the league 14 years. Jordan retired twice. So, Jordan could have had, and the first time he retired, it was like one whole season and part of another season. So it was like 1.5 seasons, and then he retired again in '98 for like 2 more, so that's 3. And then he played the last. So Jordan could have potentially had 17, 18 years, man. Yeah. I'm just saying, man, as far as winning championship, I think Brady's one of the, I think he's like the highest winning percentage player in any sport. I could be wrong. Man, 7 chips. He wasn't just like game managing. He was actually instrumental in winning chips. 3-4 years ago, they said he lost his arm. He was done, man. I don't know. He started taking steroids, started doing voodoo. I don't know what it was, but like Tom Brady helped me win a couple of fantasy football championships a few years back. I'll never doubt Brady. That motherfucker got the perfect life, man. Beautiful wife, 7-time champion, NFL MVP, Super Bowl MVPs, man. And just a humble dude, man. Just a laid-back cat. Yeah, he's the face of the league, and he probably gets calls his way. But you know what? When you a winning motherfucker and you dominating people, and then you have a good attitude, that's what tends to happen, man. Why can't we just accept the fact and appreciate that we are witnessing the greatest quarterback of all time, arguably greatest football player of all motherfucking time, man. We need to just accept that, respect greatness. There's no other quarterback stats, body of stats collectively that you can put together and make a case or an argument that they are better than Tom Brady. It's not like Tom Brady was on those Super Bowl Patriots teams, but like Drew Bledsoe was the starting quarterback winning the championships, and then Tom Brady got like 3 or 4 of them shits riding pine. No, he was the actual starter. He was instrumental. He was winning MVPs getting that shit, man. People always want to bring white supremacy and make it a race issue. Shut the fuck up, man. If we look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, look at that. I posted a meme. Like, look at the coaching staff. Like 98% of their coaching staff is black. Tom Brady, like when Antonio Brown's life was in shambles, and you know what I'm saying, he was let go by the Steelers. I think he asked to leave or whatever, and he was bouncing around from team to the Raiders and shit. That didn't work out. He went to the Patriots, and then he had those allegations, and they let him go, but then the allegations turned out to be bullshit, and this motherfucker out of the league, and people think he on drugs and going crazy. Tom Brady recruited Antonio Brown and brought him to Tampa Bay and let him live with him, man. Y'all want to hate that man like he's a racist? Would a racist take a black man in like that and help him out, man? Just because and this is a whole other topic. A white person supporting Trump is a lot of racists do support Trump, but not every white person that supports Trump is racist. They just like his policies. If you just take away the emotion and just look at his policies and his ideas, that's what they're looking at. Not looking at his tweets, not looking at his pig-headedness, but that's another topic. I don't want to stray from the original topic, man. Respect Tom Brady, man. Respect that man. Cheating or not, that's 7 times, but the league ain't working with home that much, man. It's impossible, y'all. It's fucking impossible. There's other faces of the league they could have used that just didn't work out. Aaron Rodgers could arguably more talent than Tom Brady. They could have used him. They could have used Drew Brees. They could have used Peyton Manning. Tom Brady shined over all them niggas, man. Shined over all of them. Peyton Manning got 2 chips. Eli Manning has 2 chips. This motherfucker got more championships than Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Drew Brees, and Aaron Rodgers combined. And they all still playing. Well, besides the Manning brothers. But they all, you know what I'm saying, was in the league within the last 4 or 5 years. He got more championships than all them niggas combined. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees. That's 6 niggas. 6 motherfuckers. Tom Brady has more championships than all them dudes combined. And Tom Brady was instrumental in those championships. And Tom Brady was like the Super Bowl MVP at least 4 or 5 times out of them 7. Tom Brady has more Super Bowl appearances than a lot of teams combined. 10, man. For y'all idiots that want to play, oh, it's motherfuckers that ride the pine, that ride the bitch, and they be going to championships. And like, please don't compare him to Robert Horry. Please don't, because Robert Horry got 7 chips. Tom Brady got 7. Please don't compare him to Robert Horry. Robert Horry, yes, he was an X factor, you know, but he was a role player and hit some crucial clutch shots. Tom Brady had like game-winning drives. Like, he was up there for like some of the most game-winning drives in like playoff history or something crazy. I would have to like actually sit down and look at the numbers, man. But whether the refs give you a little help or not, man, you still got to go and you still got to win the game. Like, the players still got to catch the ball. You still got to get the ball to the players, man. Give this man his flowers. Give him his respect. Stop hating, man. That motherfucker's the greatest of all time. He's white, so the fuck what? I don't think he's the greatest athlete of all time. There are other players that are better than him, like skilled, like faster and stronger, but I'm just talking about a collection of talent and accolades. Tom Brady got that shit. Arguably one of the greatest athletes of all time, man. We should be happy that we witnessing this shit, man. That we actually, it's like we living in an era where we have somebody from our era. Now, we as a humanity, as a human race, we have somebody that is comparable to Muhammad Ali. Even though I was alive when Muhammad Ali was alive, but not when he was winning and shit. But we have an athlete that's comparable to Jackie Robinson, Josh Gibson, Babe Ruth. We have somebody that's comparable to these greats, Sugar Ray Robinson, that is alive during our time and still competing. We should be happy. We should be privileged to be witnessing this right now, man. It's Brady bigger than LeBron James, dude. And he don't talk shit. He's not cocky. He's not arrogant. Got the nice smile on his face. Got the beautiful wife, man. Raising his kids. So what? He wear a fucking MAGA hat. So the fuck what? We need to stop being petty on that bullshit, man. All politics aside, man, let's just respect the man for his ability on that field, man. Owns the GOAT, man. Arguably greatest, most iconic athlete right now. He just motherfucker winning too much. And it's funny, he might, I don't know if he'll turn around and win one next year. I think Drew Brees is done. I don't know what's going on with the Packers, but he handled them motherfuckers too. Hopefully my Niners get back on track and make some noise. We just had a lot of injuries this past year, so hopefully we can get that together on an injury tip. And a lot of games that we lost this year, they were close games. So we injuries away. We're healthy. We're being healthy. Being healthy will be the difference for us. We have some health. I think we'll be right back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? But respect the GOAT, man, Brady. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm not a Buccaneers fan, because a lot of Patriots fans are taking this as their own victory, even though he left, and I get it. But that shit ain't had nothing to do with Belichick. It had nothing to do with New England. Robert Kraft had nothing to do with their schemes and none of that shit. This motherfucker Tom Brady went to a whole nother team in a whole different conference, beat that ass. And the whole season wasn't smooth sailing. It was adversity. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to go back and look at the stats, but I'm just going off of what I remember. But if I'm not mistaken, Tampa Bay was like 7-5 at one point. I think they had to win out at the end. Something like that. There was a wild card team, bruh. I don't think they didn't lead their division. I think Tampa Bay not Tampa Bay. I think the Saints led that division. Saints was a killer. Brady smacked them. Beat all them motherfuckers on the road. Beat the Packers on the road. In the tundra. Beat the Saints on the road. I forget the other team they beat. Who did that? He beat the Saints. He beat the Packers. I can't think of the other NFC team that he beat. But I know one. He beat all them niggas. Got his 7th ring. And it's 7 out of 70% winning percentage in Super Bowls, man. I mean, and really, I hate that they only use you winning a championship as the metric. Like, if you don't make a championship for the season and win it, that's a failure. Whether you make it and win it or not, like whether you make it and you lose, or you don't make it at all, that's still a failure. So out of 20 seasons that Brady has been to the championship, right? 50% of those seasons, every other year he was going to the Super Bowl, right? 7 out of 20 seasons, which is 35. He has a 35% chance. 35% winning championship. 35% winning percentage of Super Bowls in comparison to every season that he's been into the league. 7 out of 20. Michael Jordan, his is higher because he played less seasons. Michael Jordan got 6 out of 14 seasons that he's played, which breaks down to, his is lower. No, his is higher. Because 6 in the 14 divided by 2, because I'm driving, so I can't do the math. 6 in the 14 will break down to 3 into 7. So Michael Jordan has like a 40% winning percentage compared to every season that he's actually played in winning NBA championships. So Michael Jordan still has a higher overall winning percentage. But Brady been to the dance more. And in the games that Brady lost, they was close. He didn't get blown out in no Super Bowl. Every Super Bowl he lost by like a touchdown on some last second crazy shit. 2 of them to the Giants. 1 of them to the who the fuck did he lose? He lost to the Giants twice, and I wanna say I can't Drew Brees, I think Drew Brees and them beat Peyton Manning. I can't think of the other Super to the Eagles. 2 to the Giants, 1 to the Eagles. Nick Foles, he lost to Nick Foles. Respect that man, respect the architect. Give that man his flowers, man. You can't even argue. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, arguably the greatest player of all time. He got the hardware, and he got the stats, and he got the longevity. Part of being great is staying healthy too. This motherfucker, I think he said he want to go to like 47 or some crazy shit. This motherfucker been winning championships since I was a senior in college. He been winning chips since I was in my senior year in college. Respect homes, man. I'm out. Hashtag everybody more green peace.